Hi, everybody. I hope you are well. I just had to have a fight with that Reaper. She wanted to get back on here and she wants like all the bad guys dead right now. And I told her, nope, it's not time yet. We'll all get together and do that later. I told her, now you go home and just, rest in peace for a while and everything will be okay. So we laughed for a while and then she went home and I'm going to have a very special guest tomorrow, and um, it's going to be a surprise. So I'll just a, 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 a real person, not a ghost, not a spirit, but actually a little person. So I hope you'll be enjoying that. But yeah, what's on my mind today? Oh, I was outside working in 90-degree weather, and it was pretty cool. Because working up a sweat, working hard, that's always good. Um, let's see. Oh, got some laundry done while she talked to you, and um, oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, I was thinking about all the fools that are gathering together and trying to trick all the good people and make money off of um unsuspecting good hearts, that type of thing. It's disgusting. And even if they're not making money, they will lead you to the people that are, and they work together like that. You know how it goes. So, um, yeah. Anyway, thought I'd get on here and shoot the breeze, and I told her she should have sang "Boo, bitch, get out of the way, get out of the way," But she said she didn't want to sing today. She wasn't very happy. So it's like, okay, maybe another time. Because she actually has a beautiful voice, believe it or not, when she's not mad. So, but she said she's probably not going to sing on this planet ever again. And I told her, well, that's okay. I'll sing for both of us. And I was sorry she didn't feel good. So, yeah. So, how's everybody doing today? What's your weather like? Mine was just absolutely wonderful. Not barely a cloud, and I wouldn't call it blue skies, the silver stuff we got hanging around lately. Whatever you call this stuff. And I just know that all people can be used by Satan, except for me. Nobody freaking uses me. That's a fact. You might play with me for a little while, but, well, that's not going to go over too big for you. I'll get you back. I will. Promise. And username, go away. I don't want to argue with anybody. You're not welcome here. Just go. I don't know what you are. I don't care what you are. Male, female. You talk like a boy. So if you're not a boy, um I don't know what you are. I don't know you. If you want to stop arguing, maybe put your picture on your little you know, maybe we can actually be friends. But at this point, I don't know you. And I don't think I want to. And if you don't like me, that's like I said, go make a video on your channel. I'll go over there and argue with you if I feel like it, which I probably won't because I have enough people that actually are concerned about others like I am. So you need to go away, go far, really quick. Unless you actually want to argue if you live close to me. do are you into martial arts or kickboxing or wrestling or anything like that? Any kind of combat? Wanna fight? I mean, fight? I'll meet you somewhere. So, yeah, I have the means. Where are you? Maybe I'll take a vacation and come and see you. Stop hiding behind your little insignia, okay? And go away. So, enough said with that. To my real subs and friends out there, really, I hope you're doing well. There's always, I guess people call them trolls. They're just crappy human beings that have nothing better to do. So, you know, whatever. Don't care if you believe in God. Could care less. Okay? So this is probably an atheist didn't like my joke. Well, then I made it about Christians, so who cares? You know, get a grip, really. you know? So anyway, most likely it won't be the last I'll hear from you because that's your personality, but I will block you. I'm not one of these that wants all these subs and I'll let you say anything just because you think you can. This is my channel and I'm talking to real people with faces. So just go bother somebody else, you know. Go as a friend of mine would call you, nose pick, living in your grandma's basement. So go back to your basement and play Twister with your friends. Okay? So, yeah, I got a few bales for my horse today, and we put them over on the side of our hill. And I cut the strings off and let them set because then in the wintertime the deer can come up and chew on them too. And then I get other ones that was from last year, a crop from last year. So then I'll put her fresh ones in. I have it gated off so she can't get in there and in an area, and I put a tarp over them, keep them out of the weather, and we're going to be building a lean-to for that stray chicken of mine. I was going to put her in Dusty's lean-to, but I'm going to have her closer to the house because she's tiny and I don't want her to get hurt out there. So, and I don't want her to be alone, so she can be closer. And a lot of people keep chickens in the houses. I'm like, what? Although she was on my porch and I asked her not to poop on my porch and she never did it again. She only did it one time. Well, no, one and a half. She tried to get down the steps another time. She was on her way down and had a boo-boo. But I told her no and she didn't. So she's very smart, very nice little girl. So I never wanted a Rhode Island Red. I had raised Leghorns, the big white ones, and this one only weighs about a pound. And but she is like the sweetest chicken I ever met. So very nice little animal, follows me around in the yard like a puppy, and well, so does my horse. But actually, my horse is like a watch horse. If somebody comes in the yard, she would have used to stomp you probably to death, but now she'll just make it so you can't even walk. So, which is kind of nice. Who needs a dog when you got 1,200 pounds? That's your best friend. That's pretty nice, And she didn't like men at all. And now she kind of does. So, yeah, she's much better than when I got her. I break horses, so um, used to break and trim and shoe horses with my ex and work on ranches and that type of thing. So all kinds of animals. I've had them all. Um, Literally babysat a skunk, a monkey, had a baby deer, had raccoons, squirrels, pheasant, all kinds. Literally lamb, calves, pigs, chickens, horses, everything. Except I did want a panther at one time in my life, but kind of got out of that mood. So, yeah. Oh boy. Um, yeah, I just it amazes me how people think that they're fooling anybody, when they're doing something that and God's watching, it's like, what? Like you don't know he's watching, you know? Doesn't feel you? I don't know how they could think that they're doing anything in secret. That's what, I don't know. It's kind of a, oh, I just see it as, well, I see it as evil. The ones that are doing their little rituals and whatnot and know full well what you're doing, that type of thing. I don't find anything funny in it. That's where my anger comes from because you literally have hurt my kids and you've hurt my friends and people that have ever tried to have true love and family and relationships that don't work out, that type of thing. That's why I'm angry. Not just for myself. I see it all over the place, you know. If they can't get to the man, they'll get to the woman, you know. Not because they're weaker, but because they're left alone a lot, that type of thing. And trust me, this woman is not weaker, you know. But some are a little more gentile. Although when it comes to, and when I was nursing, when it comes to taking care of people, I'm very gentle. And when I was working for a physical therapist as an aide, I was gentle. It's not like I went up and ganked on their arms and shit, even though a couple times I really felt like it, but I didn't. There was this one woman, I was massaging her arm, getting it ready for the therapist when she came in, so I was helping her with her motion, and I know she wasn't as hurt as what she was saying, and she's like, ow, ow, and I felt like, oh, lady, I just like to fucking give you an ow, but excuse my language, but I was only 17, so it's like, you know, but yeah, I learned a lot about keeping my temper in check by becoming a nurse. That did help. And oh, the most I had to work on my temperament was when I was a counselor, TMA, trained medical assistant at drug rehab. And that's why I know people's attitudes quite a bit. I can tell who's a cokey. I can tell who's a drunk or a meth head or all the above, you know. And oh, that's what I was going to say. There's some of these meth heads on here. Now, I know there's one guy, maybe because of his dentures, he's got a little bit of a lisp. And I actually had a speech therapist when I was young for my CHs, church or cherry chair, that type of things. I said with an S instead of a CH. And so I'm not putting anybody down with a speech impediment. But I had a nephew, yeah, I had, because he came on to me, Doug's blood line shit. Um, works at Macy's, and he's a meth head, and he's starting to talk like sip 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 sip, and I'm like, you know what? You got a meth lisp. And he looked at me. I said, didn't you know that people that do meth, that, you know, like their front teeth fall, like old people's do, like mine are, because your gums recede, but their teeth are literally falling out of their face. And I said, pretty soon you're going to be toothless and you won't even be able to speak. I go, how are you going to sell stuff at Macy's when you can't even talk? You know, and I know I offended him, but oh well, you know, he offended me. I told Doug about it, and he absolutely did not care. And to this day, we were sitting on the couch. Doug was sleeping, and I had got some M&Ms for both of us. I put them in cups so I don't have to get gooey, because I have a thing about not wanting to get gooey. So I had these tiny little glasses, and I put some M's in there for each of us, and we're sitting there, we're watching TV. Next thing I know, this bastard's playing footsies with me, and I looked at him like, is this freaking real? You know? And I knew he thought I was pretty when we first met, but like, so what, you know, that type of thing, you know, being a nephew and all that. And, but then it was just weird. So I got up and I said goodnight and couldn't get it out of my mind. And I thought, because I had had some beers, and I thought, no, no excuse, no excuses, you know. And Doug never said one word to this dude, not one. So I have been around that crap before, where people had like slapped my butt and nothing was ever done. So I turned around, I slapped the dude right back. You know, the last time it happened, I hit him so hard I literally took him off his feet. So yeah. Another guy tried to hug me, and he was about 300 pounds, and I picked him up and I broke his back. So yeah, I'm not one that you want to touch. Can't touch this. Literally. And when I say that's my song, I really mean that is my song. Love it. Oh, somebody else was talking about oh, I think it was on a rap record. I was listening to JB Rock, and like he's one of my favorite Satans, although there's only one. But yeah, there was a song on there, and the dude was singing about uh, oh, Run DMC. Oh yeah, they are the beginner. They're the ones that started it all. And yay to Minneapolis, my hometown. They rock. Yeah, yeah. You had some good music, top music artists come out of there. Little old town. It's such a beautiful city. I mean, as far as cities go, you couldn't get me to go back in there. Well, I had to go to the airport or something, but I kind of hate it. But yeah, it's pretty. It's a city of the lakes, is what they call it, because there's over 10,000 lakes literally in this state. And yeah, it's very, very beautiful. There's like 5 lakes that are connected that steamboat used to go through instead of the buses, and we had trolleys and stuff right up until the mid 60s, I'd say. We had a trolley still downtown in Minneapolis, which was pretty cool. So yeah. Oh, and then I was going to touch on something. I hope my friend Steven watches this. Awesome book. I love your first one. I hope I get to hear the rest of it. Gary, get busy, Gary. No, I'm just kidding. I know you're still on vacation. When after your rest, maybe in a couple weeks or so, would you like pick up on that third chapter there? Thank you. So, anyway, Stephen, wonderful second book you got there. Um, I also, the first time they tried, well, when I did go to a psychiatrist on my own, it was because of anger issues after I had to kick something out of my life and just really wanted somebody to talk to. But when I was young, the Masons tried to take me to a psychiatrist, one of these like big deal ones at in Golden Valley at the oh, what was it? It was affiliated with some big lottie da bullshit, Um, right by the Golden Valley Country Club. I used to go. Boy, they wanted me to marry a doctor or something. Yeah, right. So he could what? Give me a lobotomy when I was sleeping, or anyway, they did enough to me. But the thing is, my point is when I went in there, I was 15. They wanted to know why I was running away. Well, I thought it was rather obvious, but and they all knew what they were doing. So they really did have ink blot tests. I had so much fun messing with this dude's head. I was thinking I was 15, but I was think then after this morning I thought, no, I was about 14. I was still a little afraid to actually speak out against somebody, so I wasn't really speaking out, but I was sure messing with his head. And the Masons taught me well. I did it so excellently when they got together to talk about me after I came out of the room. All of them were befuddled. They had no idea what to do with me next. So that's exactly what I wanted. It was wonderful. That was the beginning of me terrorizing everybody. So, well, no, that's a lie. I started when I was born. Yeah, I did. I've been a warrior against evil from day one. No matter what they do to me, I don't care, you know, because I know my spirit will go on. Been here before, not coming back again. There is not going to be anything left for these monsters. Nothing. And there is someplace else. There is. Mark my words. Telling you that. It'll heal. The earth will heal. But there won't be any scum on it. So, and this is not the first planet they've destroyed either. So, they had their own, and that wasn't good enough. Their filth overrode it. So, yeah, well, anyway, um, Oh, let's see what else is. Oh, yeah, a guy that I thought was a betrayer. I still don't entirely trust him, but he said he was going to let go of his ego and basically start telling truth the way it should be, which he does pretty good, but still lacking. So we'll see what comes in the future here. But I don't know. I think who you associate with, even on your channels, says a lot about who you are. You know, I'm thinking about having Satan on for a interview coming up here, if he'd honor me with that. Not the real one. That is no honor. But the one that is as angry about bullshit as I am, there's somebody like that. That's the one I want to talk to. That's a brother of mine. You hate injustice. You hate people pulling tricks on people. You hate people not treating you with the respect that you deserve or the honor as a human being. You're my kind of person. So, yeah. Back to this person that wants to write on my channel again. Um, don't mess with me. You're not going to like it. That's all I'm saying there. So, um, if you'd like some examples of people that tried, well, you'll be seeing that. Guess what? Tomorrow's a very special full moon, and people that are deep in thought with the divine spirit, you're going to have ability to move matter with your mind, and that's fact. Tomorrow's special, special. Don't let any evil bullshit get in your way. Thinking your good thoughts and caring about people. And remember what I told you about earthquakes and whatnot? Make a request. I'm serious. Very serious. Storms, anything. Our Father controls the air, but Satan's got a certain amount up in there too, but not like he used to. And they say Satan's going to be loose for a tiny season. No, he isn't. This is loose going to get right here, right now. So he will dissipate. And that energy, the sickness we feel, our energy will be back because that's what they take from us. We're taking it back and they will have nothing. They'll be like floating in space with their own thoughts forever. Not talking to each other, not in hell, not in Sodom and Gomorrah and getting it on and doing their drugs, drinking, and all their little whiny bullshit together like some great big F party. It's going to be alone. And anybody that's been alone or locked up or anything like that, um, loneliness is one of the worst things you could ever have happen to you. So, and they say that being separate from God is the worst thing. Well, yes, they already are. So evidently they don't think that's too bad because they have each other. But when they don't have each other, that will be too bad for them. So, and you won't even care. You won't even know they existed. So, anybody bad in your life, psh, forget about it. No biggie. So, and basically, nobody's looked at that Green Reaper. I felt sorry for her. She really is working for God. Um, she's just here. She was trying to talk to the bad ones, like, hey, she said, I'm real. Here I am. And I'm coming to dispose of your soul and the material you're made out of. That belongs to God. You can't recreate that. They can't put a human mind in a robot. So don't let them pull your leg. Don't let them. They never really changed genetics in the human being. All they did was dirty it. Basically, here's a scenario when Satan said, "What is this made out of?" God said, "Spit." But Satan thought he said, "Shit." So when he went to create genetics, well, oops, you know, that's kind of a short explanation of the whole mess, this toilet we live in. So, yeah. Anyway, it is still such a beautiful day. I got my windows wide open, but it's been so crazy. It's been like, well, it was raining for about a day and a half, but before that we had like, well, it was raining like most of the summer right up until about a week ago, and then it quit, which is normal. Even when we were getting more rain a couple of weeks ago, it was a little abnormal for that time of year. But we were like about, 70, 80 degrees, and then it would get like 50 at night, which was crazy because we're usually like 80 to 100 degrees and pretty humid, like tropical, right up until September. And then we get like Indian summers too for a couple weeks. And I'll be going out. I'm going to be taking my GoPro and getting some really beautiful fall colors coming up here soon. So for people that are kind of city bound, and it's about time for me to get out and do something like that anyway. So I like picnics. I like to, well, my favorite thing to do is to go up by Lake Superior, which I am going to move someday, but to go up there and get some smoked fish and some Wisconsin cheese curds and have a picnic with cheese and smoked fish. And they have a lot of really nice little breweries up there, which I don't drink much. I haven't for quite some time, years now. But I might have a good beer or something. I'll think about it. They have a ale called Black Paddle Ale from the Black Paddle Brewery. That's pretty good. And they did have at a place called Grandma's, with a balcony. You could go out with the terns, which are like seagulls flying all over. And they had a ale called Bass Ale from England, which they still make, but they were getting it in the kegs there, and they don't get it there anymore. So I don't think I'm gonna go there. That's the only reason I really liked it there, was the balcony. And last time I was there, I heard a woman being mean to her little baby girl in the bathroom, and I came out singing, "Let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor." You know, something's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me. Yeah, something's gotta give now. But I was singing it out loud, and then I think it was time to go. But God, that pissed me off. There's nothing, man, I hate that shit. I really hate it. And when I see it in public, I'm not quiet. I'll say something. I just can't stand it. Just the way I am. So, yeah, um, it takes a big person to go out in public with me. They're like, well, what you gonna do now? You never know. So, yeah, might be dangerous. Never know. That's the way it is. But yeah, I thought I'd get on here and shoot the breeze. And um, I don't really give a shit. Somebody said, "Oh, don't take my 33-minute videos." Well, stick that where it don't, whatever. Stick it and stick it again, because I'm more of a master than you'll ever be, many times over. So, like I said, a whole room full of Masons and Eastern Star witches, all of you all, a whole group of you, which I've been in. And that thrills me to death, because when I insult you big, because I know your words. So, yeah, I love that shit. And I do mean shit. So, you know who's royal. and you know who's not. You got a good heart, you're royalty. And you really are. So, yeah. But like I say, God doesn't elect people like we hear, oh, the elect, you know? No. God's people are chosen. Only fools have elections, like, governments and lodges, and they elect some pompous ass to stand up there and act like he's Grand Poobah of the whole world, that type of thing. So that doesn't go over too good with God. He's not really happy about all that shit. People actually putting crowns on their head and acting like they're something something. And no, doesn't like it at all. He'd rather talk to somebody in a devil mask. Literally. That's a fact. So would I. So, yeah. Well, I might leave this at 33 just because the jerk that makes these videos never really gave a shit. I mean, I was probably the nicest person on his page until he pissed me off. And I'm not the only person he hurt, so if he ever wants to be man enough to actually talk like a human being, I'll talk. But until then, yeah, whatever. I'll consider you my enemy unless you prove me different. But you said, oh, make a video. So I made a video telling you what I'm all about. Why was I on there? I was looking for somebody to say a prayer for my thing I live with the bad blood. That's why I was there. So I made a video about the bloodline. And then I started thinking, what a good way to document it, because my step grandsons are fully aware of who their grandfather is. And my grandchildren and children and people need to know anyway. So when I was talking about the bloodline and um, how you can read their family crests and whatnot and the colors, I was talking about the banners, even the color of the banners and the ribbons or the stars, and all these people with their names, star this and star that. You can stick your stars right up your Eastern Star asses, and I will call you bitches. So anyway, that's all I got to say on that note. Almost 33 minutes. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota. I love y'all. Wait, wait for it. Wait for it. 30